In 2028 campaign, at the Munich Security Conference, prominent Dems used the spotlight to position themselves as potential presidential nominees, but it didn't go so well. Here's AOC attempting to answer a simple question about America defending Taiwan.
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is a, this is, of course, a very longstanding policy of the United States.
Okay, so why is that such a big deal? This is the question. Again, I'm not going to defend AOC here. They asked her about Taiwan. It's a question that every politician who has any dreams, any hopes of being in the public sphere and doing international politics should have an opinion on. What's your opinion on Taiwan? Not everyone needs to have it, but I think you should form one because we're America and we got China. And there's this place where Shankar Shek took his boys and they were like, we're going to take over China once again one day. I lived in Taiwan for a while and they are their own country. So I have been there. For a long time, they had the tallest building in the world in Taipei. I spent a lot of time there. Anyway. They are their own country. I think that is the only thing a politician needs to say. They are their own country. I think we should work on recognizing them as such. We need to work with China in order to find some peaceful resolution to the ongoing issues. That's what I would expect someone like AOC to say. But they asked her, would you commit ground troops if China fucked around and found out? And she's like, And the problem is, my first reaction was like, well, I mean, have you seen Donald Trump and his word salad? This guy can't string a sentence together. I don't think the dude knows where Taiwan is. I don't think Donald Trump knows that Taiwan is a place. I'm sure he doesn't know who Shankar Shek was. I'm sure he doesn't know. He thinks that Xi Jinping is like his best buddy some days, and other days he's calling him names. I mean, if something happens in Taiwan, it's going to be Donald Trump's fault. And maybe that would have been an opportunity for her to say something. Well, I hope that we can maintain peace and prosperity for all these nations, and we need new leadership for that. Donald Trump is imperiling the people of Taiwan and thus imperiling all of us because it might lead to global conflict because of long-standing traditions in our recognition of Taiwan. That's so easy to say. But she fumbled. And the problem is you can't compare her to Donald Trump. AOC's brand is kind of like a liberal, thoughtful, we're the smart ones, you're the dumb ones. We're so smart, you're so dumb. And Donald Trump's brand is, I'm an idiot, but you love me. I love the uneducated. I mean, that's his brand. His brand is Jerry Lewis. And her brand is Dean Martin. You can't play Dean Martin, the straight man, and then have a Jerry Lewis pratfall, which is what she just had. What AOC is doing is going to always be harder than Donald Trump, and she's always going to be held to a different standard, not to mention the fact that she's a woman. Unfortunately, women have to meet a higher bar of expectations in order to be taken seriously in professional life and in politics because of, well, history. So I get why people are jumping on this, and it's because her brand is not but Donald Trump's is. If Donald Trump did the same thing, no one would care. What's upsetting is when Donald Trump's brand of I'm Mr. Businessman, I make all the deals, I'm so good at making deals, and I'm brash, but you find out that he's just another chicken. Trump always chickens out. That's why when people say taco, it really pisses off the mag turds and Donald Trump. That he's supposed to be this big, brash, brave daddy, but he's not. He's a little pussy who shits his diapers every day. And people get really upset when you point that out, that he's a hypocrite, and because it's against his branding. It's the same thing as like people ask me, well, how come I don't do OnlyFans when I have this giant schlong? And I'm like, man, it just doesn't fit my brand. I want to be taken seriously on the internet.
And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point, and we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our
And I love the Republicans in the back giggling like little girls in Gutfeld.
global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Man, even
It took her a while to get there, but I mean, she did recover. But yeah, again, it's against her brand, man.
Kamala Harris was like, what the hell is she talking about? Meanwhile,
Same thing, like Kamala Harris, word salad and all this. Donald Trump is notoriously word smorgasbord. The guy can't string a fucking sentence together. He sounds like my dementia. Like my father has dementia, and I go visit him at the hospital. You know, he's in a home. I go visit him, and he's with all these other dementia patients, and I'm like, oh, Donald Trump definitely has dementia. This is clear to me now. Like the fact that I'm surrounded by all these dementia patients, and I have a president that clearly is suffering from dementia, but Kamala Harris word salad. Yeah, it's because, well, again, I hate Kamala Harris. But it's because her branding is we're the smart people. And you can't be like that. You can't be we're the smart people unless you're never going to make a mistake. And if you're going to make a mistake, you better laugh about it. Or else you just look like a piece of shit who's too full of himself and takes himself too seriously, which is exactly what happened to Kamala. I doubt that's what's going to happen to AOC here. Because, again, she is up until 2028. So we'll see, but I don't think she's gonna hurt too badly from this. But it's good for a laugh, right? And I think it's really good to show where our politics are when it comes to women, and when it comes to the branding of both parties. The Democrats are having a really hard time because they're not presenting themselves in a way that's relatable to the people. Most Americans don't know what Taiwan is, so you better be able to educate them in a way that's compassionate. Or be a likable fool like Donald Trump. America loves clowns. We love people that slather on a bunch of makeup and go out and do the clown show for us.